Hello everyone, welcome back to Dynamite Gaming, and today we're going to be going over the new Knuckle Sandwich gameplay showcase that Andy Brophy, the lead creator, just dropped on YouTube. I see right now he only has 2,000 subscribers somehow, but this indie game, I haven't really been hyped for a game like this for what feels like in a very long time. And I know I'm really hyped for the Harry Potter game that's coming out, Harry Potter Legacy, and some other stuff, the new Breath of the Wild. But this is in a whole different stratosphere for me. But we're going to be watching this gameplay showcase together. I missed the live stream, and luckily Andy re-uploaded it on YouTube. And apparently it's a bit of Chapter 3, so I'm going to watch it and give my reaction. Here we go.
Cool.
I'll
hey,
stop
how's it
talking
going?
now for the
Welcome
most
back
part.
to the live stream. Or in case this is your first time watching it, welcome.
Okay.
My name is Andy, and I'm a game designer from Melbourne, and I'm working on a video game called Knuckle Sandwich. I'm going to put a logo up for it, actually, so thank you. Actually, I'll put some links to the game as well while we're here. You're on Steam, ideally, so same. You can find the game, there's a demo there, you can wishlist it, which is important. Really helps me, helps you find out when it's finished, which will be soon.
I have not touched the demo yet, by the way. I almost don't want to play until the game's out. I don't know what's wrong with me, but I'm like...
And then there's also a Discord server for the game. It's full of a lot of fun characters, I'll say that. So if you're into that kind of thing, knock yourself out. Yeah, I'll move this. There's quite a bit of stuff that goes on, to say the least.
Okay.
And I want to talk about some of the smaller things you wouldn't necessarily notice immediately upon just stumbling upon the game on Steam or wherever.
I love how it looks.
So anyway, this is your home. From time to time, you can come back here just to hang out.
Like I said, it has that Earthbound look, but I think it also reminds me of... You guys ever played that Courage the Cowardly Dog Flash game? It kind of looks exactly like that, and I love the art from that game. If you haven't played the game, whatever, but it's almost got like a Pokemon sort of vibe to it as well. I wish I could explain it better. Someone in the comments probably can of this video or his video, but the art is phenomenal.
I think it's really important in a game like this that has you know, adventuring all over the place. I think it's really important to have a space to go back to chill out, to decompress, you know.
I agree. That's a great idea.
You can, like, change your items, you can save, you can like look out the window. It's great. Now normally we'd go to bed, but someone's here. Spoiler alert. Look who it is.
Whoa.
So I think just before I jump into this scene, these two characters are the main characters of the game. Your character, who everyone who follows this game calls them Protag, so we'll just go for that for the rest of this. This other one, this purple gentleman, is named Bus Driver. The relationship between these two characters is one of the bigger parts of this game, and it's something I've worked on quite a bit, and I'm proud of. I really like their dynamic a lot. So yeah, I'll just basically read out this scene.
It's so good.
Play out just so you can kind of get an idea of what they're like, you know, how they operate, what makes them tick, etc.
Oh, stop!
We'll talk about the sudden art stuff.
So good looking.
Well. Anyway, you did very poor judgment and a strong sense of justice. That guy you fought is certainly one of them. He must think you're the one who is causing trouble in Bright City. I made Bright City up. It is a fictional town in Australia, just so you know.
Okay.
You'll have to keep a low profile while I look for the real culprit. So right here is another thing that I really like, just about games in general, but that I like about what I've done. So Protag is technically a silent protagonist, doesn't have any speaking lines in the same way that other characters do, but from time to time in these conversations you'll be given these prompts for what you'd respond with, just, you know, one of two choices. And a lot of the time it's basically the same choice, but, you know, said in a slightly different way. And like, it doesn't affect anything in the grand scheme of things. You know, this game doesn't have, like, you know, your choices don't matter. I don't really believe in that. But to me, it like really injects personality into a character that you'd typically have as a blank slate for the player to, you know, project themselves into, to kind of insert themselves. So while that I think is still maintained by the character not having speaking lines, they are still their own character. I think that stuff's really cool. Anyway, sounds good. That's the spirit. I knew you'd make a good partner.
It's crazy how the art direction of this game just randomly changes like that, by the way. I mean, I've seen it in other games too, but I love it. I think kind of introducing this new sort of space or style into what you're already playing, just to me gives a game a whole bunch of layers, I guess I could say. I'm sure Andy would tell you better. It's really
Solve this
cool,
case
though.
in no time. You'll be happy to hear that the corrupted part of Bright City returned to normal. First thing to do is stick it out at your day job for now.
Andy, I might want you to read the lines for us. I kind of prefer you over the character dialogue.
Just try to avoid getting into it. I love them. Jumping into another thing now. So like I said, like the game had an art style shift. Each chapter is kind of bookended by these 3D scenes that help set up or close out like kind of what's been happening in the story between chapters. And here, so this is completely unrelated, but completely like so it's sort of similar in this way that like art style changes have.
I love it. Brilliant. I mean, I was just talking about this like a minute ago, but I love how the art just constantly is changing. Like you don't even know what to expect really, and here we have almost like a Game Boy Color kind of vibe. Game Boy. I don't know. I'm in love with this. It's phenomenal. It's phenomenal. It's so well done. The transitions are they're fun. You know, I don't know any other way to put it. But sorry if I'm ranting too much. But a bit of a shift interesting.
In tone. This scene,
huge shift in tone. It's great.
Works in two ways. It's a sort of older arcade.
Oh my goodness. I mean,
like style. I'm a fan of tutorials that aren't strictly like, press this button to do this, etc. It's this little area you can explore that you can't lose. Like there's no lose mission here. It's either
you're just feeding them hamburgers.
Then you stop playing. But it's teaching you. So like you'll see this art style come back. Spoiler alert! Later in this chapter, and you'll see you'll know what to do immediately without having to be told. And
I mean, it's got like a mix of Zelda vibes, Earthbound, Pokemon. I mean, it's like Andy took every game he's ever played and just spit out.
That's cool. And then like separately, it's like a narrative sort of piece, right? Like
it made it his own. I'm not trying to take away from obviously the direction of this game. Clearly it's very independent on its own, but I feel like there's just so much inspiration built into this.
This scene is basically chapter 1 of the game.
I'm not as well spoken as Andy, by the way, either, but I just am thoroughly enjoying this and the direction of the game. And I haven't even played it yet, not even the demo.
And it's as a dream from the protagonist. So, to me, I would think protagonist is a person who thinks a lot. Like dwells on things a lot and like really overthinks things and gets caught up on things that happen to them. So.
Oh, he's down.
Yes, that's just like a weird little scene, like whatever. Actually, I think it's a cool little scene, but probably a weird dream to have.
I can't wait to play this. This isn't even the meat and bones. This is like some extra stuff Andy threw in.
There is this note here, but like on your own time, you can read it.
Yeah, no spoilers.
I like this a lot. So all the locations in the game are.
I have COVID right now, and this is making me like almost feel better. Like I'm enjoying this so much. Like thanks,
connected
Andy,
by
for
this
all
map.
this.
They don't just like seamlessly connect together like a lot of
Look
other
at how
games.
cool look at how cool the world map is. It's once again, it's almost like a different art style, different theme. I feel like I feel like I'm in a bunch of different games inside of a game.
I really didn't want to have like too much filler kind of area, if that makes sense. Like I really want just the main stuff. But the map is still pretty big, despite all that. And I don't know if you caught that just then, but that was like a bug. I was like invisible for a second. That's not good. Someone will remind me to fix that later, I'm sure.
I like how the NPCs are just kind of like random colors.
Actually, no, check. On your own time, you can check out that room. Anyway, this is where our protagonist works.
Okay.
Play the demo. It'll all make sense.
I guess I'm going to have to play the demo, huh, guys?
What's this? We can get a first aid kit. It's pretty cool.
Honestly, I might end up playing the demo because of how cool this is. And maybe I'll make that into a little series before I actually play the game.
So this hole in the wall character, as you transition between rooms, like moves to the spot where
that's what I mean. I can tell the inspiration is there, Andy. It's
start.
So clear as day.
Really cool. A RPG, so like there's like items and stuff.
Cool, love it.
You can hold.
Love it. You're speaking to me, Andy.
And if you look here, you can see that like the knife appears in the hand that you hold it in.
Very cool.
And so like another really cool thing.
Oh,
like,
that's
that to me
so
is already really cool. But another cool thing.
The visual representation of the weapons and items you use, that is awesome. That is a brilliant
You'll notice
idea.
in the top right, it has this text in pink that says outdoorsy kid. And you'd be like, what's that all about? And you can see here, let's say I hold the feral ooze and the camp knife, right? It says feral animal. Or I take away the knife and suddenly it says feral oozer. The combination of items that you hold change this title.
See, just little touches like that.
It doesn't do anything outside
so
of just being like a cute little like aesthetic sort of choice or whatever.
Oh, Andy, I feel like you could have turned that into something neat. Maybe like a different title gives you a different side effect. I mean, that's probably too late now for the game, but that would have been neat.
But
So even if you're using an item that's not as strong as a certain other item, maybe you like the effect it uses. Maybe it has poison attached to it.
Yeah, to me, like adding...
It's his game. Let him hold the direction. Just saying.
Anyway, we'll just battle this rat real quick.
Ooh, now I get to see
how battles work. It's
so I've only seen the battles in the trailer, so I finally get to hear music and watch
turn-based,
this.
But it's also... the attacks are reaction-based, I suppose. So like I go to fight here, and see if I press A at the right time, I can dodge the attack.
Cool, just like Paper Mario.
And here is this little bar that if I attack in the right spot, I'll hit them or I'll miss. So there I missed. And you can see here again, don't dodge in time, I get hit.
Gotta time your attacks and dodges.
And I can hit this one now. Cool.
Very nice.
Rats are pathetic and weak, so they always get KO'd to one hit.
And you get EXP, and you also get items.
That's a streamlined version of how a battle works in this game.
Thanks, Andy.
Naturally, other enemies are a bit longer, but I try and keep them as snappy as possible, especially because the battles have mini-games inside them, so you don't want them to drag on for too long, you know. To me, I think the only long battles are boss battles, because that's, you know, that they're allowed to be a bit longer.
Yeah, I agree with you. One of my biggest problems with games, and although I'm enjoying something like the Outbound Ghost that you guys, if you are on my channel, you might have seen a video or two of me playing it. Some of the battles I feel like are too long, and that can take away from a game, in my opinion. Especially in RPG, you can kind of get into some rhythm, and that's not always fun. You want quick, fast battles that aren't mini bosses. You know, you don't want to be spending over a minute in what to some people would be like an irrelevant fight, and I agree. There's not much. You know, make them fun, make them short. You know, make it like a warm up for what's to come.
So here are a few more characters. I'll just kind of let this scene play out. Anyway, we can explore here.
The music is so good.
Found a rock. That's cool.
Sorry.
Get out of here for now. Oh yes, this is our boss. You probably remember him from that little dream sequence before. I'll cut through this stuff. You can read it on your own time. Writing a game like this, you want to make sure you don't accidentally make every character you.
Yeah,
so I have to do some work with these characters to make them both different from me and then also different from themselves. And I think that's there, you know. I think it's believable that they're friends. And I made sure I did like a bunch of these tiny little things throughout the game, and kind of just like through exploring like
choose your
them as characters. I really wanted to make it feel like they were friends before the events of this game, like they and that they kind of exist outside of the time you see them on the screen. And I think it gets there.
I like the character.
Anyway,
on
this
the
part's
far
really
right.
evil. This is where you have to choose
He looks
your
hype.
co-worker. So I'm just not going to look. And then I'm going to press A. Oh, it's Dallas. Cool.
Dolus. I like him.
Yeah, pretty evil. You have to make your choice immediately on who you'd want to bring with you. Yeah. That's all I want to show from this.
Well, Andy, thank you so
There's another
much.
video like on my YouTube channel if you want to watch like the rest of this chapter, but like to me that shows off kind of like the structure of the game. Like you can kind of see like the flow of it. I got to show quite a few of the little tiny interactions that I really like.
So, yeah, that's pretty much the whole video from Andy Brophy on Knuckle Sandwich. I liked a little bit of the gameplay teaser. I think I'm going to dive into the demo. I've been kind of putting it off because I wanted to experience the game as is, but you can tell there's so much, you know, injection of Andy's gaming history inside the game and just so many unique ideas and art styles that it's overwhelming, and I can already tell this is going to be one of my favorite games of all time, and I'm so excited. So thank you guys for watching, and thanks, Andy, for your continued hard work. Been following this game for years, and I'm ready to dive in.